Welcome back to King's Backyard Farming. Today we're going to be planting seeds. So I want to talk about seeds a little bit. With our seeds, we've got to look after them very well. So Sharon keeps hers in the fridge. She's got a big box and she's got all the different sort of seeds there for the garden. Got her bean seeds, and these are the ones that we pulled out. We can't get them hot, so I'm amazed. I go into places that sell seeds in the tropics up here, and it gets to 40, 45 degrees, and there's the seeds out in the heat, and that'll actually kill the seeds. So best place for your seeds, keep them in the fridge, then they'll last a long time. We're very, very, very careful with our seeds when we purchase them. We get our seeds through elders who get them from seed companies, obviously. So we don't even let them stay in the car. They stay in the air conditioned office, and then they're brought out and put in our air conditioned office. If they stay in a car, and we've had this happen before, stay in the car gets to 40 or 50 degrees, plant the seeds, they're all dead. So it can be that critical. Sometimes you get seeds and nothing happens and you think you're a bad grower. It could be the fact that the seeds have been left in the heat. So always look after your seeds. So today we're going to be planting zucchinis. So we've got two different sorts of zucchinis. We've got the black ones and we've got gold zucchinis, and also in this row we're putting some cucumbers, and then we got some snake beans. So and we're also going to plant some butternuts in this same row, which we will trellis, and we may even try and put some rock melons, which we will trellis so that they don't take up our whole garden. We can grow them up and they'll just hang off the side of the trellis, and we can pick them when they're ready. Mr. Woof, you helping? So with this plastic, we haven't watered under there yet. So when we plant seeds, I like to have dry soil. We put them in. I usually push them into the ground about to my first knuckle. If you go too deep, and we've had that this year with our pumpkin patch, we're putting seeds in. We told everyone to go that deep, just to that first knuckle. When they push them in and let the dry sand just fill back over them, well, someone decided that they'd put it into there. So we clearly had, on a 3-row planter, we clearly had one row come up, one row didn't come up, the next row came up. We had to go and replant just because someone went another centimetre or 2 centimetres deeper. And you just got to be very careful. On each packet it tells you how deep they want it. But as a rule with these cucurbits, we just put them, there's probably 2 centimetres in the ground. So we're going to do a few of these black zucchinis first. So they're fairly large seed, as you can see. And they go about 50 centimetres apart. So just put them on the thumb, push them down to there, and then the sand just fills back over it. And that's it, that's planted. I do a decent hole around your plastic, because if the heat gets too much, you'll be fine with that. Normal rule when you're gardening, put too many in so that you can share them with your neighbours and everything. But if you get a bad germination or something decides that it likes yours better, likes them better than you do, you still get 2 or 3. And sometimes if you're in a difficult area, you want to be sure, put 2 seeds per hole and you can cut one off, or just let both of them grow. So we'll do about 6. Now Sharon will roll her eyes when I do this, because she'll go, what on earth are we going to do with so many zucchinis? 12 bushes. So that's the black ones done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Can't even count. And then as soon as we've done this, I'll turn the water on for probably 12 hours. Uh-oh, Sam's doing something. Watch out for the episode we do on bees. So we're going to start teaching you the bees very shortly. You know, it's fascinating how the bees function. We actually have a business. Oh, here he comes. He's got some butternut ones, I think. A bee business in the territory. So we're going to put a strong emphasis on looking after bees. Oh, thank you so much, Sam. Butternut pumpkins. Wait, Mr. Woof, where's the birdies? Check them. Check them. Oh, quick, there they go. big ones. Oh, what are you doing? Get them. There we go, I think that's it. Yellow ones. I'll do some butternuts now. I'll leave a gap. The zucchini will bush right out as they grow. So we'll do a gap between this and the butternuts. Butternut seeds supplied by James. Same principle, 2 centimetres in. The tomatoes in last episode that I said I thought were too weak or too soft, actually didn't make it, so I've replanted them already with some tougher ones. So we've got different varieties now. Enough butternuts to feed half a Catherine off 6 of those. Cucumbers, same deal, we'll leave a gap. Plant 2 cucumbers per hole. There they go. You get a lot of seeds in a packet just for a home garden. Now these are snake beans. So we'll be trellising the cucumbers, the kiwis, and the snake beans. I'm putting 2 in each spot. Snake beans you put a bit closer, about 300 apart. Once we get this up too, a lot of those cucurbits will take about 4 days. You should start seeing them come up. So the next thing we want to do is go and plant some corn. To do that we're going to have to run some T-tape again, so we'll do that quickly. If I can get Sam to help me, and we'll get some corn in. Go and grab some more. Right, with the corn, we're going to be putting it a mulch, covering with this millet straw. Over there we had plastic for the mulch covering to stop the moisture coming out, but this one we're going to use the straw. So we're going to put a fairly decent, so we're not burying the T-tape because it'll be protected by the mulch. You want a fairly thick layer on there. Dusty job, but these bits I'm pulling out are called biscuits. It's how the baler puts them in to the bale, makes a biscuit and then packs it in. This will stop the moisture getting out and even feed the plants a bit. Stop the T-tape from blowing around too. You can see that's really nice and thick. I think that'll do for the first week. Other thing we're going to do also, so we're going to do a whole row of corn, but if I did a whole row of corn on the same day, you would have hundreds of cobs of corn. And thanks to Josh for that. And if we've got hundreds of cobs of corn on the same day, you can freeze some, but you just get overloaded with corn. If you leave it on the bush too long, it starts getting tough. So what we're going to do is plant 40 seeds a week for this whole row. So that means we'll get, for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, we'll get nice fresh corn. So what I'm going to do is kink off the T-tape at the end of this section so we're not irrigating all that section for no reason. Just doing it the same as I would if it was on the end. I'm just doubling it up though, folding it over. Then when we turn that on, it shouldn't go past there. Alright, so we've got the corn seed. With corn, when the corn grows up and that little flowery thing comes on the top of it, it relies on the pollen falling down on the strawy bits that come out the top of the corn. So to plant one row on a windy day, they're sitting there wanting to have it fall down onto the each strand goes to a seed, which is a piece of corn, and you need a piece of pollen to go to each piece of seed. So if it's windy, the pollen's blowing away. So you should always plant your corn in blocks. So we're doing 3 rows here in a block, so we've got more chance of having the corn pollinated. So if you've ever had homegrown corn before and there's some corn on there and some are missed, it's a pollination issue. So we try and save that problem by planting the corn in blocks. So the corn should be about, say 300 apart, 300 to 400 apart. So we're going to have to make an indent the same as we did in the plastic in this mulch. All right, so we've got 3 rows of drip tape. I'm putting 2 seeds in each spot, just in case. Same on the outside. 2. The middle one, I'm going to put on the diagonal. So there's more room. Might have been a bit too extravagant with this mulch. 3. Too thick. Same depth, about 2 centimetres. So we'll go on and continue planting all this and up to where that mulch is finished, and then each week on the same day, so every Saturday, I'll come and plant another section and we'll get a continuous flow of corn for the whole season. So if you can do me a big favour, down there, press the subscribe and the like, and keep following us on YouTube and Facebook, and come to our webpage too. Catch you later.